1-1 pitch. A swing and a drive to deep right. Away back. Goal!
And with that hammy call, it is time for another episode of A Swing and a Try podcast, part of the Press Play Podcast Network. I am your host, Mike Voorhees, and alongside me, not necessarily beside me, but across from me via the screen of Zoom, it is Brent Spill and my co-host, B. Spills. What's up, man?
Mike, hold on.
You all right, buddy?
Hold on a minute. I don't even know what to do. I've been crying for like a week now. Our beloved Cleveland Indians are struggling. Dude, I'm going to have to just right from the beginning, man. I'm okay personally. Let me just say that. But as an Indians fan, I know you feel in the same pain I am. So is many, many others out there. I don't even know what to say. This is going to be hard. Hopefully I can get through this episode. I think this is going to be an episode that we haven't even done yet in these 2 seasons we've been doing this. It's too hard to talk about anything else about the struggles. Like, I'm just baffled by what is happening on a nightly basis in front of our eyes, man. What is going on with this team? I mean, I know it's been a little bit since we recorded. In the last episode, I believe, was the Mike Clevenger trade, when we were 4th in the MLB power rankings, by the way. I think that was back on August 31st. And here we are just a couple weeks later, and we're hoping we can still get in the playoffs. I mean, we're in right now if it started today, but Mike, I don't know. Just tell me how you feel. I know it's similar, but let's just vent, dude. This is a vent episode, okay? Let's get off our chest right now.
All right, I can say this. It can always be worse, okay? At least you're not a Cleveland Browns kicker.
Ooh.
Too soon? Too soon?
Maybe because is it ripping on the Browns make you feel a little better because the Indians are doing so bad? Is that why?
Let me be honest. I haven't really watched football in about 3.5 years. Like, I'll watch parts of games. I usually will watch the first game, and that'll tell me what I want to know. Browns haven't changed. It's going to be a long season.
All right, real quick before you keep going, Mike, since we're talking about Browns, let's give a quick shout out to the Orange is Oranger, part of the Press Play Podcast Network. Got to listen to them. They're tearing it up. So listen to them. You probably already are. You're probably already listening to them. Let's be honest with it. All right, Mike, back to the Indians. Let's go.
All right.
How you feeling?
My World Series prediction is in jeopardy right now, as they are currently clinging to the 8th playoff spot. 8th playoff spot. Not good at all. Not good. We're percentage points ahead of Seattle. So, yeah, I'm not feeling too great right now. Last night's game, another huge deflate. What the bullpen, I mean, there's so many. I'm so glad you said venting episode because, dude, what are we doing? This is the Indians, like, they were really good. And then we traded Clevenger. And then we were good for like a game or two. And then it's been straight downhill. 7 in a row. We have lost 7 games in a row. 7.
Yeah. Back on September 7th was our last win. We were 26-15 when we beat the first game of a 4-game set with the Royals, 5-2. Plesac pitched beautifully that night. He got the win. And then, okay, we hit a little bit the next day. We scored 6 runs. But then we lost 8-6 to the Royals. Then we got shut out the very next day, 3-0. And then we got blown out by them in the last game of the series, 11-1. Okay, so you lost 3 in a row to the Royals, 3 out of 4. So that was already upsetting to begin with because that's who you need to beat up on, especially division teams in the division. All right, then you take on men, and those were home. Those were home games. So you lost 3 out of 4 at home. Granted, there's not fans there, but still, there's got to be still some sort of home field advantage with the players knowing the park. Anyways, then on September 11th, we lost to Minnesota 3-1. Like, oh, all right, well, Minnesota's good. And the next day we lost again 8-4. Like, starting to see a trend here. What's up with this pitching, like you mentioned earlier? And then we lost again 7-5 on Sunday the 13th. All right, so that's 6. Day off. All right, like we're thinking Monday, there's a day off. They're going to clear their head. They're probably have a team meeting. They're going to get this together. We're going to go to Chicago. We're going to get them. We're going to get them. And oh my goodness, we had them. We had them. So let's recap this game a little bit. This is where we're at now. So we lost last night's game 6-5. We had a 3-1 lead. I think going into the what? 7th inning? 8th inning? Can't remember exactly. I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Hold on a minute. I can, while you talk, I can find
No,
it out
sorry.
real quick.
Sorry, 5th inning. 5th inning. So the top of the 5th, we were up 3-1. And in the bottom half, Krasko was pitching. So we lost. He gave up another 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th. So then it's 3-3. And we're like, oh, okay. I mean, it's not terrible. Your starter's getting up 3 runs. Like you can't ask for too much more. It's just that this offense hasn't been hitting. So then we go in the bottom of the 7th. And I'm like, oh, Karinchak. Oh, he's going to shut him down. No, he gave up a couple hits, a walk, and he was giving up in a run. The very next inning, what happens? We give up another run. And then so we're going to the top of the 9th, down 5-3. And, Frankie's been feeling it. He was feeling the pressure for the first half of the season. He wasn't off to a great start. He's obviously turned it back on. He's playing a lot better. And what does your team leader do? Crushes a 2-run homer in the top of the 9th to tie the game.
Yeah.
But then, in the bottom of the 9th, Nick Wickren comes in. And actually, Ali Perez was in. Sorry, Ali Perez. And then
I was going to say, do you want me to give you the 9th inning rundown? What happened?
Just do it.
So Ian Happ flies out to Tyler Naquin. We get 1 out. Chris Bryant walks. Anthony Rizzo singles to center. Chris Bryant moves up to third. So you've got Rizzo at first, Bryant at third. Then they go to the mound, pitching change. Nick Wickren comes in. He hits Wilson Contreras with a pitch. So now the bases are loaded. And then Cameron Maben, next batter for the Cubs, he gets hit as well.
On the very first pitch to him.
Yeah.
So I'm
No. Yeah. That was the first pitch.
So I'm thinking, when has this even happened? Like, I don't even know. Like, this does not happen if you don't hit back-to-back players to lose a game. So Mandy Bell actually tweeted something out yesterday. It says, tonight marked the first time the Indians hit back-to-back batters to end the game in walk-off fashion in at least the live ball era. And that's since 1920. The last Major League team to do that was Oakland versus Kansas City on April 11th, 2012. So this just does not happen. And I'm like, of course this had to happen this way. Oh, it's like that feeling. It's like Game 7 of the World Series when Rajay hit that home run. Yes, you were sleeping during it. But anyways, but yeah, and then like you were feeling, and then we went to extra innings. We've talked about this all the time. It rained, and we're like, oh boy, this is it. It just had that feeling. But we had the opposite feeling is what I'm saying at first. The Frankie homers, like the Rajay homer, like, here we go. And then all of a sudden, they started putting people on base in the next inning, and you're like, oh my goodness. Dude, I'm thinking, Frankie, the way he was pounding his chest looking at his dugout when he hit that, like, you were like, this is it. We're going to win this game. This is going to stop the streak. The momentum's going to go. They're going to be on all cylinders, get back together. It was just like the perfect moment in Chicago. It's funny because we were up 3-1. just like this. Just like we were up in the series 3-1 in 2016. Sorry, I digress. And then that happens, and I'm like that. I don't know if this streak's going to stop. I don't know. I mean, like we have another game tonight against the Cubs, and then we play the Tigers. Are we going to be able to beat the Tigers? I don't know, man. So that was not the ending we were hoping for.
No, I'm gonna say this. So Lindor hits the home run, 2-run shot. I'm thinking, okay, he's pounding his chest. I was excited, just like you. I'm thinking the same thing. Hey, the Indians are going to put this one away. Next batter up is Mike Freeman. Okay, Mike Freeman, the Corey Kluber lookalike, Mike Freeman. He walks. I'm thinking, okay, here we go. Chicago's rattled. Let's go. Jose Ramirez. Jose is up. I'm thinking a double to the gap. We take the lead. Something. He grounds into a 4-6-3 double play on a ball that he shouldn't even have been swinging at. Inning over.
We've had a lot of that. Our stars hitting into double plays, not being able to move guys over, trying to hit guys in from what was I going to say? Less than 2 outs, like in on third base. It's just those type of things, like the stuff you count on. Sorry, I can't even talk again. I mean, and when you said Mike Freeman, this is what I thought of too. It makes me think of, all right, Sandy Alomar. I don't think he's got tons of fans right now. I know,
No.
I know we were in his corner, and you really were like backing him as we were thinking this is the replacement of Tito. But the way this has gone lately, I don't know. You know what I mean? We need to get Tito back because just from the start of the game, when you said Mike Freeman, he was replacing Cesar Hernandez because he's on the paternity leave. So congrats to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they still put him in the same hitting order. Like he didn't have to put him in the same spot in the lineup. Why didn't he put him at the back end?
The thing that gets me is why do we keep messing with our lineup? All year I said, Frankie Lindor, no, don't lead him off, move him into the middle of the order. That's where he thrives. So what happens? We put him at leadoff. I don't get it at all.
He's having some success there, though.
So was Cesar Hernandez.
Yeah.
We don't have a true power hitter other than Franmil Reyes, who can change the game with one swing. Frankie's close. I mean, Frankie is very close. He showed it last night with that 2-run homer. And so tonight, I'm looking at tonight's lineup, okay? They've got Frankie leading off, Delino DeShields batting second, Jose third, Santana fourth, Franmil fifth, Luplow sixth, Mercado seventh, Austin Hedges eighth, and Yu Chang is playing second base and batting ninth. Yu Chang.
Yeah, I mean, I'm jumping back here for a minute too, Mike, but back to the Sandy Alomar thing. And then later in the game, a pinch hit. So Alomar pinch hit for your best defensive catcher, the Gold Glover, Roberto Perez. And Sandy Leon is the one who pinch hit for him. So that was shocking and surprising. So obviously he didn't come through. And then the very next, the bottom half of the inning, guys go stealing second base, and he throws in the outfield, and the guy scores from it. And I'm like, what? I mean, what in the world? And then, I mean, this one's up for debate. You could have brought in Brad Hand in the ninth, but it's tough when you bring those guys into non-safe situations, but you don't know if you're going to get a chance, and especially after you saw Ali Perez struggling. I don't know, I just feel like lately these moves that Alomar's doing is just, it's especially during the slide, man, everything's backfiring. And I don't know if it's amplified or exaggerated because of this losing streak, which probably is so. But man, oh man, I don't know. Last night was like, I feel like the final straw for like most Indians fans.
Well, I've been a huge Sandy Alomar supporter. He's always been one of my favorite players to play for the Indians. The fact that he is, the first base coach And as I've said, the manager in waiting when Tito decides to hang it up. I will say this, and I may end up eating my words, but this is how I feel. This team plays different with Sandy than they do Tito. With Tito, they look more disciplined and they look more intense and they look like the Indians that we have come to know over the past several years. With Sandy, I just wonder if he's being a friend instead of a coach, or if he's just trying to be like the cool coach because he knows it's temporary and not full time, and Tito's due back, soon. I'll tell you what, if I'm Tito Francona and I'm healthy, I'm in that dugout tonight. They need a spark. They need something. Go out, hit a batter.
He's obviously not.
Do something, because the team right now just looks flat. They look uninterested. They look like they don't care. We waited all this time. We thought we wouldn't even have a baseball season. We finally get a baseball season. Guess what? The Indians started the season pretty well. You said back on September, we were 26 and 15.
I think the 7th, September 7th.
26 and 15. That is I'll take that record in a 60-game season. And then all of a sudden, the wheels come off. We can't pitch. We can't get runners in. We're making base running mistakes. We're making fielding mistakes. It's completely baffling. And I agree with you. Last night was the straw. Like, I don't even want to watch them right now. I'm frustrated.
Yeah, I don't know if you said a lot there. I don't know if I agree with that they don't care. I think they care. I think that's just you upset. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just guessing. Like, I don't think, but that's your opinion. My opinion, I think they care. I just think with all that, with, like you said, with Sandy and the short season and just the struggles, everyone's just pressing. But what gets me, there's something that gets me. So, I mean, I agree with most of that with you, Mike, but something that really stuck out to me is after the game last night, Frankie was asked, about the pressure with like this mounting. They keep losing, and they're on the 7-game losing streak. And this is a quote. This is what he said. He goes, "Guys and coaches, including myself, are coming to the field every single day. We're doing everything the right way. If we're not in the postseason, at least we gave it our best." What? Like, what do you mean if we're not in the postseason? You're already saying you don't think you're going to make it the postseason? You're our best player? You're the leader of the team, and you're going to go say this? Like, what is that? That bothered me too.
I think he's checked out.
I hope not. It didn't look like it last night.
No, but I honestly think that a losing streak can wear and tear on a team. Well, let me go back just a minute. So I said that they didn't care. Let me rephrase that.
Okay.
They play harder for Tito Francona than they do Sandy Alomar Jr.
You think?
Yes. If you go back and look at the team at the beginning of the season when Tito was gone and then he came back for a little bit and then he left again, they look like two different teams. And then you've got your best player, Mr. Smile, the face of the franchise, in a quote saying, well, if we don't make the playoffs, well, at least we gave it our best. That means you won a participation trophy? No, you're in it to win it, man. You still have time left. Get your guys' heads out of your rear ends. Figure it out. Whatever you got to do, get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that was just like, when you catch these guys after a game, their emotions are so high. I would hate to be asked these questions immediately. Like, I don't know how I'd be able to answer them either. Like, think about that loss. Like, if somebody asked me a question as a fan, how upset we get. You know what I mean? So it's just all sports. It's kind of like that. We get so passionate, but yeah, man, it's tough to hear that quote no matter what. You know what I mean? Because it's not his first interview. He's not a rookie. He said a lot of things. So let's just hope they can get it moving. Let's get a win, man. I think just get that win. Maybe that will help them. I don't know. All right, Mike. So we've talked. Oh, you got something else?
Yeah, I was going to say, so tonight's game features Aaron Savali versus John Lester. Okay, John Lester is 2-2 with a 5.05 earned run average. Okay, There have been times where John Lester this year has pitched lights out, Cy Young caliber, and then there's been games where he doesn't even make it more than 3 innings. You've got Aaron Savali, who's been Mr. Consistent in our rotation. He's the only Indian that has a complete game this year. If there's anybody other than Shane Bieber I want on the mound, I would pick Aaron Savali. I may question the lineup for tonight. You don't have any left-handers in that lineup at all because John Lester is dominant against lefties because he's a lefty.
I know. Yeah, it's in all this stuff, man. Like, and then like it makes you think about the Clevenger trade, and you start to like question it now. And it's like, well, like I said when we did it, I said this is not a good. I don't think this is the best move right now to help your team in the future. Yeah, I mean that's still pending, but like it all comes to fruition right now. We're all thinking all these things. That's what I'm saying. Let's just get a win, and hopefully we can start to move forward, get in the playoffs. Maybe we can limp in. Maybe they can get energized. But I'm just hoping they don't get swept. I mean, that's all of our feelings. I feel like right now. But all right, Mike, we've talked, the majority, actually the entire episode on this. So how about before we get out of here, I just talk about a little bit of positive. Let's try to end it on a positive note. You okay with that?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I will say this real quick.
Yeah.
So if the playoffs started today, we're an 8 seed. We'd be taking on the Chicago White Sox round 1.
Well, we got a few game series with them coming up. We'll see how they do there. But, I mean, yeah, and it's just, I don't know if it matters who we play. Just they got to be playing well. That's all that matters, really.
Well, I was going to say, it's funny. I was trying to look at San Diego and see where they're at. They're 32-18. That's the second best record in the National League.
Yeah.
I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
What's positive? What can we talk about? What can get us off this schneid? And
all right, I'm going to take us back just a couple weeks about Franmil Reyes. He had a pretty decent streak there. I know it hasn't been quite the same the last week or so. Obviously, no one's been awesome, but so just a couple of fun, I think, like stats from when he was just like crushing the ball. Remember, he like had almost 2 games where he didn't even get an out; he just kept getting hit. So back on September 1st, he had a hit in each of his last 7 plate appearances. At the time, was 4 doubles, a home run, and 2 singles, and he's the first Indians player with hits in 7 straight plate appearances since 2013. Do you know who the player was?
No.
Ryan Rayburn.
Who?
Ryan Rayburn.
Wow, that's a throwback name.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one in a while.
Yeah, so then the very next day, on September 2nd, he was 10 for 13 in the series against Kansas City when we were playing them at the time. And he was the first Indians player with 10 hits in a 3-game series since 1981. Do you know who the player was in 81 who did that?
I'll guess Manning.
Grover.
Even better.
Mike
Even
Hargrove.
better.
Yeah, so that's just kind of a fun fact there. That was just, so I mean, he was hitting there. I hope he can pick it up again, but he's been playing pretty good. So you know how we always do this good, bad, the ugly. I think we already talked about the bad and the ugly. I don't really think there was a bad. I think it's just been all ugly. So there's a little bit of good in there, and it's the same. I feel like it's the same every time we do this. Shane Bieber. Granted, his last start, he gave up 3 runs, and it was his first loss of the season against the Twins. But right now, his stats, Mike, he's 7-1, 1.53 ERA, 16 walks he's given up, 102 strikeouts.
Okay, pause.
His strikeouts per 9 innings are 14.2.
He leads the majors in strikeouts with 102. Do you know who's in second place?
Oh, Trevor Bauer.
With 83.
I know, that's crazy.
83. That's a huge That's a huge gap. We have the greatest pitcher on the planet throwing for the Indians right now. He was 6-0, and he took a loss the other night because he gave up 3 runs and our offense couldn't do anything for him. Shane Bieber, if he's not the American League Cy Young Award winner, then the system is broken, because he has carried our pitching staff on his back since the beginning.
Yeah, we're gonna need him this next start. You know, I mean, I think he starts tomorrow. If we after Savali, I believe so. Okay. Do you know that he was the fastest player in Major League history in a single season to reach 100 strikeouts? Insane. And right now he has this is not a surprise either. He has the highest whiff rate in 2020 at 41.3%. Behind him is Jacob deGrom and Giolito from the White Sox at 38%. I mean, those are going to set records. I mean, that's crazy.
He is absolutely incredible. Like, I love to just sit and watch him pitch. He makes it look so effortless. Like, he's just out there throwing darts and having the time of his life. He's always, a fierce competitor. His stuff is so nasty. Like, you don't know whether he's throwing the mid-90s fastball. He might be throwing his knuckle curve, something. Shane Bieber, if we don't lock him up now long-term, give him a 10-year contract. I don't care.
Oh, man.
I want him here. I don't want them to trade him. I want him here for forever. Retire an Indian.
Yeah, I mean, we have him at least for a while, so we don't have to worry about that in the meantime. But just to jump back real quick for his 100Ks that he's hit already. So this is according to Jason Cantania. Oh, wait, hopefully I pronounced that right. That's JCat11 on Twitter. So it says the fewest innings pitched to reach 100 Ks in a season by starting pitcher. Bieber, 62 1/3 this year. Max Scherzer, 63 innings in 2018. Garrett Cole, 65 innings in 2019. And Kerry Wood, 65 2/3 in 2001. I mean, like, there's nothing else to say. We don't have any more superlatives. I don't even know how else to describe him, man, in the way he is. The dude's just unreal. At least it's given something to look forward to. Hopefully, he, like you said, he's been carrying us. Hopefully, he can continue. Hopefully we can get a W tonight. But if we go 8 in a row, when he's on the mound, I mean, he gives us a chance every single time he's there, every time he's pitching. But
I will say this. I want to say one other thing. So earlier this year, I was pretty harsh on Brad Hand, and I said that the Indians should trade Brad Hand, and that he was done. I don't think I was very kind when I was talking about Brad Hand.
Yeah, no, you're only kind if you're talking about like Cargo.
No, stop. No.
Or Hanley Ramirez.
No way. Not Hanley. Not a chance. Here are Brad Hand's stats, okay? He's pitched in 17 games. He's 1-1, a 2.3 earned run average. In 15 2/3 innings, he has 20 strikeouts and a whip of .83. He's figured it out, folks. Brad Hand is the Brad Hand we knew he was. It just took him a while to get here.
Yeah, there we go.
He's been the best arm in that bullpen right now.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's another positive. I like that. It's with our pitching, which always is. Hey, something else, Mike. This is from like a week ago or so. The Indians ratings on like Fox Sports, Ohio, or Fox Sports Cleveland. No, it's Fox Sports Ohio. Sorry. They have like 7.07 rating. I don't understand how all those numbers work exactly, but all I know is this year is number 1 in baseball. So people are watching, man. Like the Indians, they're always watching. I think they were number 2 last year. 2018, they were number 3. 2017, they were number 1 again. So, hey, they're getting people to watch. So that's just another random positive thing here.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes, you can.
Shout out to the Los Angeles Dodgers. They are the first team in 2020 to clinch a playoff spot. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers.
What are you? Why is that? Why are you telling us right now? That doesn't make me feel any better.
It makes me. it makes me feel good because they have done it correctly.
Yeah, they can't win the big one though.
We'll see.
Granted, Houston cheated.
I'm going to give credit where credit's due. The first team to clinch in 2020, the LA Dodgers. That's impressive.
All right. Speaking of curveballs, you threw me one there. Wasn't expecting to hear that. So I guess we're gonna end with talking about the Dodgers. But no, I'm just kidding. No, that is cool. It's hopefully Indians just, I don't care, just get in there, just get in the playoffs. Everything can happen. But Mike, well, it's about that time. I feel better. I feel at least we got to get it off. You know what I mean? We hadn't get a chance to really talk this through yet, so it's this whole streak. I know we've been like texting a little bit, but we both been kind of busy. But it's the first time to really get this off our chest, and I actually do feel better. Now, if the Indians lose again tonight, I might not feel better tomorrow. But at least for right now, I feel better. It's good talking to you as always.
Yes, sir.
So you can follow us on social media, Swinging a Tribe on Facebook, Swinging a Tribe on Twitter. And thank you, everybody, for listening. Sorry about this episode. This is really, we're losing a little more positive than this. Let's be honest. But we're fans. We're fans, and this is how we feel. We wear it on our sleeves sometimes, and it's tough. But hopefully, next episode, we're talking a little more positivity. We're talking playoffs. We're talking, about going to the World Series. Mike's prediction: World Series or bust, baby.
There you go. And we may even have a special guest.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. We're working on something. So
may have a special guest.
All right. I like it. That's a good way to end. Better than the Dodgers.
Better than the Dodgers. We'll see who our special guest is. I'm going to say this. Go Tribe.
Yeah, let's go. We'll keep rooting for our team we love, man.
Yes, sir. And we will chat with you again next time.
All right, everybody. Have a good night.
See ya.
Who keeps you cheering year after year? Who's got the ballpark? The best is all right here. Who's got the fans with so much Cleveland pride? Who's talking baseball?